Hello everyone and welcome back to Georgia Paper Crafts. Today I'm going to be keeping with my theme of using what you have in your stash to make two cards. These two cards are from projects using the Elizabeth Craft Designs peel-off stickers that I had previously, produced. I have a bad habit of, either stamping out pictures or like here, making these peel-off designs with the stickers and coloring them, and then not following through and making them into cards. And I wind up having stacks or packs of, colored things that are just sitting around, which are just dying to be made into cards. So I decided I would pull it out, give you a look at all of my goodies here, all of my pretty little colored items, and try to decide what I wanted to use for my cards today. I need to make at least one birthday card, so I went ahead and decided to go ahead and use the balloons. And then I was looking at the other one and I decided I'd go ahead and use one of the cards. Now here I'm just showing you all the different peel-off stickers that I have in my stash, and you'll be seeing some of the other ones later on in another video. Okay, so starting out here, I decided to use the Lawn Fawn stripey background border and cut it out of the Lawn Fawn really rainbow paper. I also cut different colors of the Simon Says stamp glimmer paper. You can kind of see that off to the side, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to inlay some of those pieces into the stripey background. Here I'm stamping my sentiment, and this sentiment comes from the Penny Black Birthday Love stamp set, and this stamp is so honest it's funny, which is birthdays are good for you. Statistics show that people who have them, have more of them, live longer. So I thought that was really cute. So I decided I'd go ahead and stamp that out because I'm going to put that on my card. I'm using my stamp platform here from Tim Holtz. I have this one and the Misty. I personally like the Misty a little bit better. I think it gives me a better stamp. However, I already have a project I already still have in the Mini Misty that I don't want to move. So I went ahead and used my Tim Holtz stamp platform today. So right here I'm just gluing, doing my typical gluing down of my background, and I'm just going to glue this down to a standard white card base that I made out of some heavyweight cardstock from my stash. And here is where I take the pieces that I had cut from the glimmer paper, and I'm trying to inlay them, and of course I'm not doing a really good job, but trying to do more of a gradient look, also with the colors going from yellow to green to blue, keeping with that, but making the paper a little bit glimmery. I think that doing inlay technique is very, I don't know, comforting. It's relaxing to do, in my opinion. It's something I definitely enjoy doing. And I think it looks really, really pretty neat when you finish it. And the good thing about doing this kind of design is what I'm going to have is I'm still going to have the pieces left over from the original die cut that I cut out of the Lawn Fawn really rainbow paper. And then so I can use that as another background, which is what I do for the second card. I don't like to waste anything, so if I've cut something out and I have something left over that I can use to make another card, that's something I definitely like to do. And I think it's the best way to get the most out of your products. So as you can see, I continue to do my inlay technique. And what you notice up to the side is I have all my other pieces ready to make the card, to include my Elizabeth Craft Designs peel-off sticker that I had previously made by adding it to a double-sided adhesive and filling it in with microfine glitter and then coloring that glitter. If you've never done this, this is a wonderful technique. I can't really stress how beautiful it turns out. I think it looks really pretty on camera, but nothing compared to real life. So if you have never done it and would like to see how to do it, please watch one of my other videos, my anniversary card video. I'll put a link up here. You can just click on that, watch it, and I'll show you how to make these they're not stickers, they were stickers, but how to make these cut aparts, I guess I should say. I also have another video that will be coming later on where I do it again, show you how to make them. So keep an eye out for that also. All right, so here I'm using my glue again, just gluing down the big sentiment, and I think I said it wrong before. What it says is, birthdays are good for you. Statistics show that people who have the most live the longest. Isn't that the truth? So I decided I'd go ahead and adhere this piece to the card front just using some glue. I didn't want to pop it up. I didn't want to really put any dimension on it. I think it pretty much stood out enough on its own. I really like the colors in this. And then of course I'm going to have to bring in a little bit more bling. I'm looking at it thinking, what else can I do? Yeah, I got to bring a little sparkle. So I decided to bring in some sequins from my stash. And these are just in obviously a variety of colors you can see. And I'm just kind of placing them where I think it would look nice, using different colors to kind of go along with the rainbow theme. I'll begin to adhere those down using my Distress collage medium and my crystal katana jewel picker that I like a lot. I think it works really well. I also have the other jewel picker. If you're like me, you wind up getting a lot of the different tools of the trade and seeing which one you like the best. For me, this one works the best, sticks the best as far as holding on to the product when I pick it up. The other one seems to not have such good tackiness. So I like to use my crystal katana the most. All right, and that was that card. My goodness, I went right past it. Okay, so here we're going to the next card, and this is where I am using the inlay pieces from my previously cut paper, the Lawn Fawn really rainbow paper that we talked about. So what I did was I went ahead and just cut out another frame from some green cardstock I had in my stash. And then I'm going to inlay those really rainbow pieces into the stripy background. Here you can see that I've decided to use one of the peel off sticker hearts that I had previously colored and cut out, and I had gone around the edges with a black marker just to help tighten that up. Then I pull out the sentiment stamp set from Simon Says Stamp, that You Got This stamp set, the small messages, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment that says, keep your head up and your heart strong. I thought that was really nice and would go well with this pretty floral heart. I'm using my Versamark sticky ink to stamp onto my cardstock. Now my Versamark ink is kind of messy, but and dark, but it doesn't hurt the stamp at all. So before I put any embossing powder on it, I decided I wanted to stamp one more stamp, and I chose the #love stamp. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that down real quick. I'll pull out my embossing powder, and this is embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. I am using the color Alabaster, which is a white color. I do enjoy these Brutus Monroe embossing powders. They do pick up really fine detail and emboss really well. Of course, I need to clean up my mess first before I move forward, because knowing me, if I didn't, I'd knock it everywhere and it'd be crazy. Pull out my heat gun and begin to heat that up. until it's nice and melted. Embossing powder is melted on there. Keep my surface all cleared up here. Just using one of my Swiffer cloths to help clean everything up and get off that extra powder from the black cardstock. Then I decided to bring out this MFT word banner die to cut out the banners for me. I'm going to pull out my Sizzix Sidekick so that I can cut it right while sitting at my desk, and I don't have to get up and go to my big Gemini Junior cutting machine. This was the one of the best things I've ever bought, actually. Just is so convenient for cutting these small little cutouts. Don't have to get up and make a big fuss. You do it right here. It's real easy. Comes in really handy. Once I'm done cutting everything out, I'm going to put those cutouts to the side and get ready to put my card together. I am starting with a white A2 size card base that I made out of heavyweight cardstock from my stash. I'm going to start by gluing that down. So I'm going to use my usual Nuvo glue to go ahead and just put a very light, thin layer there. That's the key to make sure that your paper doesn't buckle, is just put a light layer on it. And sometimes I know it doesn't look like I'm putting a light layer, but I'm really putting just a small amount, just barely squeezing the tube. And that works really well. This is nice, strong adhesive in it, and it holds really well. So once I've done that, I'll start putting, I put some glue in a bunch of the slots, and I just start doing the inlay, figuring, like a puzzle, figuring out what goes where, making sure it all fits, and doing it in rainbow color, which I thought turned out really very cute. And you see here, sometimes I get them on wrong, but that's the good thing about using glue, is you get that few minutes of wiggle room to make sure it's in there correctly and sitting well. And I decided to go ahead and see where I want to place everything. I'm going to put the long sentiment below, and I want to put the hashtag love somewhere in the heart. And I'm just trying to figure out, okay, how can I trim this down so it's not too overwhelming in your face, but I finally got it small enough to where I thought it would look pretty good in the center of the heart. So I'm gluing the heart down. Again, I didn't want to have a lot of dimension to the heart itself. And I'm just putting really small foam stickers on the back of the sentiment, which I'm going to place down below the heart. Again, I'm looking to see where I want to put that hashtag love, even though I'm really wanting to try to work to put it in the heart itself. I use a little bit of the Distressed Medium Collage Medium glue because I know it has a really strong tackiness and it'll stick down to the glittered centerpiece well. And then I thought I'd bring in 2 more heart peel-off stickers that I had previously glittered up and colored, just to add a little bit more pop of color to the card. First one I put down flat with some glue, and the other one I popped up just right beside it. So that completes my 2 cards for today using supplies from my stash, the Elizabeth Craft Designs peel-off stickers, microfine glitter, and Copics to make a birthday card here. And my second card, this heart love themed card. Thank you so much for joining me today for this tutorial. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and come back to watch more videos. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.